will be the 100th anniversary of the modern day Supreme Court. You're going to hear the name President William Howard Taft a lot. A lot. Case Gilbert, the architect,
Yeah.
you're going to hear that name a lot. Speaking of President Taft, I think you mentioned this earlier about weather with President Taft in 1909. 9.8 inches.
Yeah, they had a big blizzard, and so they had to move everything indoors. Yeah. But, the Supreme Court being sharing space with the Senate for so long, it seems unbelievable today, but, now they have their own building.
Emily, we're having a moment here in which we're about to observe the departure. Ah, yes. Well, right. The setup for the departure is going on at the moment. So you see Marine One.
Right. Yep. So that is, there was a question as to whether or not the weather would be good enough today for Marine One to take off, but it has been cleared, so we're happy that it's there. Oh, and it sounds like we're taking our seats in the rotunda. I heard.
It's that time, 11 o'clock, the ceremonies. That piano player, I hope that person, I'd like to know that person's name again. Acknowledgement. Beginning to see people, they were going around shaking hands, talking to people. The seriousness of the moment is.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please be seated.
Yep.
Oh, this is a wonderful one. It's lovely.
Mm-hmm. Nice touch.
We're going to preview some of the things we're going to see in just a few minutes. And of course, they'll come up on your screen, but we're looking forward to having a call to order by Amy Klobuchar, who, like we said, is the head of JSIC, the Joint Committee. Also, invocation by Cardinal Dolan and Franklin Graham. I'm excited to hear a little opera. An opera singer from New York named Christopher Macchio. He is going to be singing later.
Tenor, yes. It was, speaking of opera singers, it was Jesse Norman in 1985. Graced the Rotunda.
Yep, and then country music star Carrie Underwood will be singing America the Beautiful. So lots of pomp and circumstance. It's a very important event for America, but also a lot of great music.
I liked our last shot from the East Front. It was showing the preparation for the departure. Again, this is just so many pieces that have come together.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Yeah, that's a ceremony. That is a formal ceremony of the Vice President and, the President will, President Biden, Dr. Jill Biden will depart.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this later, but 50 years of service, that's something to reflect
Celebrate.
on. Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm just drawn to the Library of Congress in the background. But I'm heard that the Supreme Court is going to be arriving shortly. They have such a long trek from across the street to come to the Capitol building.
Oh, they didn't walk, but it's long, lengthy. They didn't walk, but it is, you're right. Yeah.
Of course, we have the old Supreme Court. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. On the first floor, on the Senate side of the building, we get to go in there quite a bit.
So many rooms. It's such a wonderful building. We'll talk about visiting again a little later.
Right. Okay, here we go. So next should be the Supreme Court justices.
Emily, the painting to our left, Saratoga, New York. The painting to the right, Yorktown, Virginia.
Yes.
We'll get to those a little later on, but just for those who are wondering, who on earth is in the red coat? General John Burgoyne. And who is in the red coat on the right? General O'Hare. We will get to those paintings a little bit. We look forward to the judiciary branch making an appearance inside the rotunda.
Yep.
Again, this room dates back to 1824.
All three branches of government here today. The legislative branch is hosting, but the executive branch, the judicial branch.
We have volunteers that work with us that are here today, so everyone contributing. And you, those of you that are watching our YouTube broadcast, thank you for your patience. Music playing, that means just give it a second or two, right? It's hard to believe just 3 weeks ago, President Carter laying in state.
Right. A very different ceremony, a very solemn affair. And thousands of people came to give their condolences. And today we're celebrating, our government.
Yes.
What we're supposed to do as a democracy.
Well stated. Well stated.
Here, we're on the East Coast, we're in Washington, D.C., but people came from literally all over the country to be here today.
World.
In
In
some cases, the world, right? And that people from all around the world are watching this, of course, but that, Congress at its core, it's supposed to represent the people. That's in the preamble of the Constitution, we the people. And so here we have people from every corner of our country coming together to show who we are as a nation.
I wonder what the broadcast will be like 100 years from now.
Ladies and gentlemen, former Vice Presidents, the Honorable Dan Quayle, accompanied by Mrs. Marilyn Quayle, and the Honorable Michael Pence. Ladies and gentlemen, the 42nd President of the United States, the Honorable William J. Clinton, accompanied by the Honorable Hillary Rodham Clinton. Ladies and gentlemen, the 43rd President of the United States, the Honorable George W. Bush, accompanied by Mrs. Laura Bush. Ladies and gentlemen, the 44th President of the United States, the Honorable Barack H. Obama. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Justice of the United States, the Honorable John G. Roberts, Jr., and the Associate Justices of the Supreme Court of the United States. Tiffany Trump and Barron Trump.